For the People Act 2021. This act did not pass Senate and the House of Representatives. It's just about being good to the people for no reason. The People Act 1918 was not passed. This is the original document. The main problem with this is to reduce the influence of big money in politics. John Sarbanes has his YouTube channel and he has a video about this problem. He passed it in Congress 2021. Here's an example of big money in politics. The Jehovah's Witnesses sold their $340 million property to the Kushners while Trump was president. They did not send it to a neutral party like Switzerland or Sweden. Here's just copies of the act and more details of the act. Ethics is part of it. It has 4 features. Here is John Sarbanes. You should watch his video. Here is the video address. John Sarbanes and his father were both congressmen. It's just another betrayal by the government. When Donald Trump sued the United States, he paid $750,000. Tiffany Trump went to law school and she was a research assistant at Sean Hopwood. I watched the moves they make in this horrible battle. The motherland and the Prime Minister Rishi Sunak had to use independent advisory boards. The energy minister over here is using that to stop corruption. And that's what is needed in the cities in the United States, in every city. But For the People Act must be passed in the Senate and the House of Representatives. And then we have the independent advisory boards in every city to make sure that it stops the corruption, unethical behavior, and the influence of big money. As John Sarbanes said, it's 300 million Americans against big money. I tried to contact Kamala Harris. She's up there in Washington, not realizing how critical it is down here. In Boynton Beach, I had a false arrest by a sheriff. The sheriff had a cartel meeting, and they sent a bond for a $300 million bond to rebuild the city of Boynton, demolish it. Of course, that's what my former boss does. She does demolitions, and all her friends do the rebuilds. It's obsolescent. They spend too much money, but they will be pushing to the beach. They will push to the beach just like Delray Beach did and the tennis center. That's the demolisher and the builder. That's the girl who bullied me out of my job with the city of Delray Beach. Her husband is a state registered sex offender. Her sister was the office manager of my attorney. She was in foreclosure and she lied. She's Denise Cleckley. I was in government of Jamaica and European Union and the state, but my business degree is from Florida Atlantic University. They turned the whole government into a business. All these demolitions by the big money is just a big business in every city. No matter what was happening, we had lockdown, COVID, they're still just building and building. This is what the cartel meeting looked like by the sheriff. I was fortunate to see that. There were a lot of sheriff cars and trailers. And then they got $300 million. It even has a gold staircase to the library. It's just obsolescent, but I guess in 20 years, when they're over at the beach, built all the way to the beach, it will fit the picture. Of course, this is what Delray Beach already did, but I worked for the city of Delray Beach. I saw the master plan, 2 blocks north and south of Atlantic Avenue, and I still see how they do the gentrification. Posh Realties is buying up all the properties and putting these expensive townhomes. This $8 million shopping center replaced the DCF in Delray Beach, and this realtor was involved with this. He's involved with all the big money people. He sold me my house. Well, he was able to arrange for me to get that lovely house. This is one of the problems with big money. The residents of Boca Chica, their homes are worth $1 million, but they kept complaining to City Hall about the board ups. City Hall kept telling them foolishness until finally City Hall paid $19 million to Wells Fargo for the $4 million property over there. And so they don't have board ups over there. The city owns the properties now. What's disappointing is that Wells Fargo started an affiliate called Readers LLC, and it bought so much real estate they don't really have to do banking. And here's Wells Fargo down by Boca Town Center Mall. They cut off the front of the property and they're going to get rent from restaurants. This is a lady in Boca. She's put up a sign, a protest sign, because the developers are terrorizing her. If I hadn't seen it for myself, I wouldn't have believed it. But this is Boca Raton, big money terrorism. And I'm going to show you Delray Beach, big money terrorism. Well, that's a meeting now to talk to all the neighbors, trying to get them to sell up because it's not even near the beach. This is the Delray Beach property. I've been to this house. The lady told me she stays in New York because they took down the street sign. They want these houses down here. They're all brand new townhomes except for this 5 houses, and they terrorize them for it and take the street sign down. So she stays up in New York. In Jamaica, we build hotels and everything, but we don't have to terrorize people. They pay full price for properties in Jamaica to build hotels. Here's the problem I tried to tell Kamala Harris: Point Beach, Delray Beach, and Boca Raton. Well, I've spoken about the Jehovah's Witness very disappointing land and building program, which net them about $23 billion globally. The value system and the core values are just not helping the people anymore. Nobody's helping anyone, except after I was bullied out of my job at the city of Delray Beach. I had some incidents with some state troopers, and so I took a picture of this one because you have 1 year to sue the government. So this was March 12, 2022. He came over, and then these two sheriffs came March 18, 2022, where I was working in Boca Raton. This was after the false arrest. It's not my intention to sue the government. I wanted to sue the United States. Somebody said it's the same, but it depends on which court you're in. But I was working, and I was stalked all the way, far away from Boca Raton. They came and stalked me and did public defamation and bullying and fired me off the job, including an African-American sheriff. So I'm having a real problem, probably because I talked to the press and talked to the House of Representatives and Senate. But the government has to be ethical, because there's 300 million Americans who need the government to be ethical and stop the influence of big money. I've had a big problem with gangs in authority. Kamala Harris swore in 34 new senators. I hope it's for the best. For the People Act, that's the original document, 1918. And this is how it is. We want 4 elements today. Like it says, be good to people for no reason. Everything that I've experienced since I was bullied out of government, it has been such a horrible fight. But as William Ernest Henley said, out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul.